we are constantly flooded with information that's coming in right now. This is very concerning. Remember, you would think these are simply vloggers going to these neighbor nations or other countries, but is there more to it behind the curtains? For now, she is claiming innocence. She's saying it's my freedom of speech, but Jyoti Malhotra is being questioned on alleged digital propaganda push. That was it aligned with a certain campaign? It could be her freedom of speech, but knowingly or unknowingly, was she part of a certain nexus, especially after she was clearly in touch with the man you see on your screen, other officials as well from Pakistan High Commissions. All of these videos, remember, are not secret videos. It's from her vlogs that the investigators have picked on. Which platforms were being used for the handlers, and was there any sort of financial transaction that she benefited from? At this juncture, how was the communication happening, Shreya, with regard to whether it's encrypted, transactions? How did she manage to not come under the radar, at least for more than a year? And I'm also trying to understand about, this is for the viewer, for you to explain, Shreya. We keep saying asset, a Pakistan asset. She can say it's not national security. I was just in touch with them. I was in communication. How does that lead to possibly being developed as an asset?
Well, this is a particular question that also needs to be broken down and probably told. And as you rightly asked, because many could think that this is just an overreach by the law enforcement agencies, because look, what she was doing was just travel vlogging. But remember, this was not just that. If you're just doing travel vlogging by your own means, through your money, which is well under the checks and balance of the income tax departments, etc., you will never be held liable. You are allowed to have friends even across the border, because even your countrymen maintains a stand that their fight against Pakistan is with terror outfits, not the common civilians of Pakistan. So if there was no motive behind this entire thing, she would have definitely not come under the radar. But she definitely caused a breach that we are being told are under the evidence that the intel agencies have carried. That includes her indulgence with certain individuals who are right now the radar of investigation. Remember that Ehsan Dar was a consular in the Pakistan embassy, maintaining cultural ties, etc. But he's right now the focus of investigation, after which he was also, mentioned as persona non grata. Particular question, remember, Pooja, in the questionnaire that we've accessed suggests that whether Jyoti was still in touch with Ehsan after this particular announcement was made. So she will have to do some clean answerings on her part, because if not, this will definitely be a case of example that will be set by the intel agencies of how modern hybrid warfare is being used to cushion soft power.
If you ask me, I think this is very important. It's a developing story, because this is not about directly targeting India or Indian citizens. It's taking another route, developing our bloggers, influencers, whether it's easy money access or more, to perhaps push a Pakistan agenda. We need to be really cautious, especially with these interactions, and we'll be tracking more on that. Shreya, thank you very much for getting us all these exclusive updates, and she's constantly in touch with the investigators to find out more. Shreya, thank you very much.